Hello and welcome, everybody, to the first season of the Blue Otter Draft League. I am Kybecat, and with me I have Becky Rita.
Hey, 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 hey. Hello.
We have Noctisera.
Hello, everyone.
And we have the leader of Walmart himself, Bully.
Yeah, I'm Sam Walton.
Good to know. Go
No,
Hogs.
just kidding.
Special thank you to all three of you for being here tonight. We will be covering all of the picks for both the Sapphire Draft, which is coming up first, and then the Ruby Draft, which will be second. Production for the night is Pop Tart. Huge thanks to her and Noctisera for getting all of the graphics that you'll see tonight. They put in a ton of work. Send them a message in the server. Tell them how good it looks. With that being said, let's go ahead and get this thing going. We've got a lot of picks, so we're going to start with the Sapphire Draft tonight. And I'm being yelled at by Defoe. And I think it's fair to mention that most of the logos that you see here were in fact made by our resident TTM slave, Defoe.
Wow. I mean, we're all on the payroll for TTM, right?
We
Or is
in
that
fact,
just Emerald?
I'm pretty sure that it belongs to a Blue Otter LLC at this point.
True. Oh, yeah, true. Yeah.
thought we belonged to
I guess
Walmart.
that is fair.
Yeah.
What's the difference?
I don't see
Okay.
any copyright from Defoe on these.
It's hidden. It's hidden in a dark, tucked away corner.
We can,
Okay. So tonight for the Sapphire Division, we are doing 8 teams. We have the Phoenix, the Squids, the Spuds, the Raiders, the Dragoons, the Cheesers, the Gamblers, and the Volcanoes.
How
So
the hell is that a phoenix?
ask
It's-
Defoe. He did
It's
it.
a red bird. All right. It's
That
it's a
looks like
fiery
the
bird.
Twitter
That's a
logo.
phoenix.
But
Actually, it's X now.
I'm saying the
Um,
Twitter.
um,
Right.
Um,
I'm not saying right now it's called X. I'm saying it's a Twitter logo.
look, you know what I'm saying is that there's something in bio that I can't talk about right now on
God
stream.
damn it.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, let's
Duolingo
let's
owls
get the
should be
show
owls.
moving.
Let's
Please,
go.
please God, please.
Yeah, let's
Please.
get moving. Okay, so now we're going to put all the captains into their roles, and as we finish each round tonight, this board will be filled out with every player drafted, right? So the first 8 picks, you'll see those players come into their positions, and we'll repeat that every single round we draft.
All right.
Without further ado, let's go to the draft board. And Phoenix, you're now on the clock.
Toad. First pick is always very interesting.
I swear to God, if they don't instant pick this, I'll be pissed.
Yeah,
bec-
this should be done. We should have had this yesterday. I doubt we're going to.
There it is.
Oh, and the pick is in. Okay. It's quick tonight.
Thank God.
As I accurately predicted, we have Rufian in the bot lane being picked first to the Phoenix.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not.
go
Yeah. I
ahead.
was gonna say not very shocking at all. There's some very good first picks in every role. Rufian sort of being a standout, especially among the ADCs, has plenty of draft league experience before in Victorious and some other leagues. Personally, this is someone I've played against. Can definitely hold their own regardless of support. Has rotated through a couple, and each time has been a pretty solid rock for their team. Plays a number of different carries, from aggressive picks like Samira and Kaisa to more relaxed picks, maybe something like the Zaya, like the Jinx, things that can scale. So a very reliable and consistent ADC to have on your team, especially in the bot lane, and especially on the current patch where bot lane is maybe a little overtuned,
It's
maybe
pretty
does a little
good.
bit too much damage, but having a good pick
Oh.
is something.
Oh,
to
and
like.
we're
We've got our squid pick.
continuing to move
Yeah,
quick.
we're rolling today. Next
We've
pick
got our
is
squid
in.
pick.
Okay, the Squids are in.
And we've got. I'm
They're not in.
interested.
Maybe they're not in.
Is it time for side click to get
Just
chosen?
give it a sec. Just give it a sec.
Echo.
Ooh,
Second pick, the
Echo.
Squids take Echo 17.
Yeah,
Interesting.
so I think in terms of the junglers, Echo is the one that really stood out to me the most. If you read through the incredibly well written, extremely good and extremely well researched content.
Don't forget
Echo
I'm
was
biased.
unbiased, and I'm unbiased. So Echo was probably the jungler that stood out the most in terms of a lot of both good play, high rank, and a lot of variety in picks. And especially in a draft league, you
Yeah.
can't just have a support that only plays one kind of or a jungler that only plays one kind of champion, because you need to be able to be flexible. Because especially if you're picking a jungle early, you don't necessarily know what kind of players you're going to have afterwards. So having a jungler that is flexible like Echo is a good idea. And yes, sometimes junglers are supports. Maybe I'm just,
I mean, I
I'm
like the idea of
projecting a
picking a
little bit.
jungler early.
Ooh, and
Hey, you know
another
what? This
one.
draft is moving pretty fast. I might be able to eat dinner at a
You
reasonable
might.
time today.
You might. All right. Who are the
That's
Spuds
funny.
going with? The Spuds,
Ooh,
as
rain.
predicted, Icy Rain.
Hop on. What a surprise. Top
What a
mid pick
shocker.
is Icy Rain. I
Yeah,
can't believe it.
I mean, this guy has what, Icy Rain, Solar Rain, Rain by any other name at this point. Actually, this one I like the TF, sort of a jack of all trades. This guy kind of just plays anything, plays
Yep.
everything.
Yeah. And he had a really good exhibition night too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like his game on the Viego was so good. Like completely obliterated Talia. Just a really strong player on so many both meta picks and off meta picks that it's really hard to draft into Icy Rain. And I think that's going to be a huge edge for a lot of these for the Spuds going forward. If Icy Rain doesn't start sprinting it down, which surely won't happen.
I think something
Absolutely
that
not.
kind of popped up was the fact that he's all over the map early.
Bully, no time. The Raiders pick is here. Pop Tart, give it to us. Masouf, my favorite player in the entire draft. Sorry, Defoe, it's not you. I'm not allowed to be biased anymore. It's Mason. So, for those of y'all who do not know Masouf, I would say he was a top 2 top laner in last split's draft league. The only person that could really compete with him is still on the board, and some might be surprised that he's still there, but you're going to see him quick. Someone who likes to play a lot of split pushing champions, do not let him have Fiora. He will make you regret it. And you will regret it hard.
I don't know who you're talking about. Dason didn't play last split.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Well, maybe I mean Valter subbed, right? But I can't think of any other top laner who played last split that would be in the same par. There are only some like washed players who aren't good.
Well,
And you
Vulture
shouldn't
did
pick them.
play, but he bitched out and he withdrew.
Ah, right.
Saved by the bell, Vulture. The Dragoons pick is in.
Oh, is this side click? No, it's
No,
Pixie Stick.
it was. Hey, I'm just saying, my
Oh,
predictions so far are going pretty well. They have taken Pixie Stick's support.
I mean, Pixie Stick has probably a champion ocean, right? Plays a ton of enchanters, something that you expect to have a lot in the upper tier support list, because a lot of the lower tier supports only play like things like not Blitzcrank, but Pixie Sticks can pretty much play anything, can adapt to any kind of play style of what their team needs. And of course, in a draft league, you don't know what your team's going to be um, going to need in terms of, do they going to need overall engage? Do they need some kind of peel for their ADC? And maybe it will open up the ability to draft a little bit more wild cards in round 2 and 3.
Yeah. Supports early support picks are kind of weird, depending on where they're coming from. I think with the Dragons, this player, one of our mid
Dragons with the mid,
Yeah,
yeah.
they're one of our mid
Yeah.
laners. I would kind of expect an AD carry to prioritize getting a good
I
support,
don't think
but
so. I don't think that's
maybe
necessary.
maybe not. Who's up?
Got
And the
another one.
cheesers. Memer
Another
sticks.
one.
Six.
That I won't call it a
So
surprise, but it's
I
definitely not who I would have thought.
so I was kind of like hyping up Memer Sticks before the draft started, saying that they're going to be picked ahead of somebody. I didn't think it was going to be picked this high though. The reason why is I think he's a completely underrated player. I don't think their rank actually does him justice. I think if they played a little bit more, they'd be closer to like a solo queue rank of like Diamond 4. But Memer Sticks plays kind of like what Pixie Sticks does. Is willing to play most supports, but does have some untapped potential and might be that kind of like sleeper pick that could result in like a top 2 support in the draft. The big thing here is we're getting a lot of supports getting picked up now, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see 2 more supports getting picked in the next 2 picks.
Well,
We'll have to see.
we're
We've
about
got
to
it.
find
We've
out.
got the next one. Very interested.
And the gamblers
Oh,
take Rise
Rise
of the
of the
Fallen.
Yeah, this is the only other Diamond ADC, or Diamond Peaking ADC currently in the pool. So both of them now out. That being said, the ADC pool is actually pretty good as is. I'm a bit surprised that they're getting taken so early. But I'm not surprised that Rise and Rufian were the two that did get first pick. Rise had a really good exhibition night, obviously, as well as having pretty good champions. Like a decent champion pool, and most importantly, those champions are actually really, really good right now. Caitlyn is one of the strongest champions right now, able to sort of just click on someone and delete them if she so chooses. Along with a couple other things like Jin, and Misfortune also is very good, as well as some of those more supportive picks like the Senna, the Ashe. So versatile, and just champs that are really good right now that probably will continue to be good for at least part of the season, and just a good player all around. So not very surprising to see him picked up this early.
And with our final... Oh, wait. Do we have our final pick?
yeah,
Did
it's
I...
here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's already picked. Oh.
Oh,
We do have our final pick. And the Volcanoes will take... The Volcanoes will take... East Pity.
more
Another TTM slave. We love to see it.
East Pity. More like Eat.
Eat
East Pity's
shitty?
fine.
Whoa.
East Pity's fine.
We
Damn,
love
Has
Pity.
has
Get outta here.
been. I will say the Pirates team from last split was a disaster, but that wasn't entirely Pity's fault. You know, they were abandoned
Hey,
by
it's a team
Volter.
effort.
Who they were abandoned by Volter, and they played fairly well through the season. I think like even if exhibitions didn't look great, their exhibition team was also pretty bad. So it's probably fine. I'm personally, I feel like there are better options for mid still on the table, maybe. But I feel like you're not gonna complain about having East Pity as a mid laner.
I wasn't surprised that Unwanted Soul went with East Pity as their first pick, as they're a jungler. But now they got back-to-back picks, so they can kind of round out what they want to do. And you know what I was thinking? The pick before that, which was Flash for Gamblers, they took a ADC. They're going to take support next. They're going to create a big bot lane for themselves, as most top laners always complain about their bot lane.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're going to try to fix that in the draft league.
Seems like a smart play. Seems
Yeah.
like a smart
So,
play.
with us completing our first round of the draft, let's go back to the team board. So, what we're going to do every round, like I mentioned, every player who's picked, we are going to fill it in here. So it gives us an idea of what they want to look for coming in the next few rounds, like Bully was saying, going and getting that support player.
Yeah. Also, thank you to Side click and lean for subbing. It does help us out a lot. Side click still on the board. Is that the Bo Callahan of the season?
Sure. Yeah.
Becky, you don't know
got
what Bo
that.
Callahan is it? Don't you?
Look, man, I'm a gamer, all right? I am a true gamer. I don't know what a sport is. All right? I see them and I perceive them and then I move on.
Oh, Callahan isn't real. Don't worry.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Have you ever seen?
I believe you. I just believe you.
Have you ever seen the movie Draft Day?
Why would I have?
It's a great movie.
Because it's a good movie. It's sort of in the Moneyball camp of being about sports, but not really showing anything
okay.
about sports. It
All
has
right.
to do with like preparing for a draft and draft day itself and the stress of being in the room. And there's a character that is based on someone, but it's called Bo Callahan, and he's supposed to be this like insane franchise quarterback, and they trade all their picks and the whole like future to get first pick to get him, and they don't end up picking him, and they end up like having a crazy draft because like everyone starts passing on him, blah 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 blah.
Oh, okay. All right. I get the picture.
I'd like the record to show I was just called a dipshit by fellow BOL admin Mr. Lean. That was not me who did not
That
know
was definitely
who Bo
me.
Callahan was.
That was definitely me. For the record, me, Becky,
That was
Rita.
Becky.
I did not
Yeah.
know that reference. All right, I'm not cultured. My film
Also-
degree wilting in the background.
Just looking at the teams right now, I think the only kind of odd pairing that we see is the Spuds. But I do think that taking Icy Rain there was just because they are a hella good mid laner. So
I
that's
wonder why
interesting.
that's happening. Whatever could the Spuds be up to?
Yeah, I wonder.
Maybe.
Well, I wonder
Draft a
who.
pre-mate.
I wonder who will show them all. Our resident mint gamer will pick for their support player. It could be
Let's just-
literally anyone. It could be literally anyone.
Literally, hopefully someone with deep pockets.
I hope
would
someone
be
greased
sweet.
them.
Somebody's got a wallet. You know, that's all I'm saying.
Bankroll the Spuds. Okay, let's move into the next round. We do have the Volcanoes back on the clock.
So, I really, personally, I like being last pick for a snake draft because if you don't get the highest priority players, but you get to really build your team like instantly, and
Well,
this gives
they
you some
should be able to get something
options.
good. Because it's based on their rank, right?
Mm-hmm.
Unwanted Soul can, first of all, picked a solid mid laner.
He has a
Now they
mid laner.
could go look for. Yeah, I said already picked a solid mid laner, and now can pick either starting from the bot side or top lane.
Well, we are gonna find out who
We'll
that
see.
is right now.
Alright,
And they
we've got our
take
top laner.
another 2 TTM slaves back to back. This is honestly outstanding. I am so happy about this. Defoe is just giggling just all to himself right now in the captain's waiting room. I don't even need to be in there. Now, Volter 88. This man can realistically only play Garen. And yes, he is going to get flamed because he bailed on us last split. Something that a lot of people like to poke fun at is I'm not very good at the game, okay? And when I was helping our diamond teams in tryouts, I had to play against Volter, and I actually beat him in a 1v1. So, Volcanoes, not a great pick, not gonna lie. Happy that it's a TTM guy, not a great pick.
Yeah, I think there's got to be some, PayPaling, right there.
Yeah, true.
I think there are a lot of better top laners on the board, a lot of better picks that you could have had.
Yeah, Dason's still there. Come on. You're gonna pick an E2 player.
I mean,
over
maybe
a
Unwanted
D4
Soul wants to
superstar
go
like
0-8
Dason?
again, or 0-7.
D Forson?
Yeah, get D Forson off the board, please.
D-Forson?
The Gamblers I've taken
Oh,
side
boy.
click.
I kind of expected this pick to come out. I know Becky kind of, I guess, underrated side click in my opinion. They don't play the game a lot. And they didn't have the best exhibition day, but they do have a solid mix. They're a very high ranking player, and with this pick paired with Rise of the Fallen, this bot lane is shaping up to probably be the best bot lane in the league. And I could say that I would have said they kind of know what they're doing on this draft. The dice.
Yeah.
What is it,
What do you?
Dice.
I gave him an
The
8 out of
gamblers.
10.
Gamblers.
What do you want from me? I thought I said
An
it
8
was
out of 10, I don't
good.
think does them justice. I think you underrated them.
Maybe, probably. Yeah, that's fair. I also had written the first part of that and given them their number before I remembered that they were on the Wizards and did
Yeah.
really well. And I
Yeah.
just didn't edit the number because I was too lazy.
So would you put them in 10?
Our
Maybe.
next pick, the Cheesers.
Coach Pizza?
Lest
Oh,
Force,
Force.
another jungler.
Did I make any comments on them? Let me scroll up. Okay. Yeah. It looks like from my initial view that Less Force I kind of saw as like a jungler out of 10. Which is not bad. I think they're a pretty good jungler out of 10. And if you're just looking for like a stable player in the jungle, which is pretty good, and there are one of our diamond junglers here. We have a few of them. So I would say, yeah, of the diamond junglers left, probably the best option. If I had seen Cocoa Puffs or not, maybe I would have like a different opinion on that. But I feel like probably solid. Does
Probably
anybody
couldn't
else
go
know
too
anything
wrong
about
with
this
any of these
player? Because
junglers.
I don't.
I am not.
There is a
familiar with
jungle
Lest Force.
ocean.
This, I will say, it is a very deep jungle pool. This split, probably the deepest I've seen.
Oh, it's
now
gonna
we
be-
don't have Ida Conic, of course. If we had
Mhm.
Ida, it'd be a little different.
Yeah,
But
and
I
imagine
think
if
there's gonna be a
was
gap,
playing.
jungle gap in Ruby, but in Sapphire it shouldn't be that big of a jungle gap ever.
right, yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there all the really good. There are enough good junglers to fill out Sapphire, and then you're
Yeah.
gonna get a matchup of like T-Wayne versus literally anyone else, and it's a complete disaster. So that's gonna be Ruby. How Ruby's gonna
Wait,
go.
you put T-Wayne in that high of a position?
Yeah, T-Wayne. I gave him a 1 out of 10. I should have given him a
Oh,
0.
you put it okay, that low of a position. Okay, got it.
Should have given him a
That's
0.
valid.
Look, he was great value. What do you mean? Great value. The true Walmart experience.
All right, Dragoons, Shanku, give us a good pick.
Over
Over
Syzygy.
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 Okay,
It's
whatever
the
that is.
Eclipse. It's the Eclipse ornament name.
It is, yes.
Or was.
And a pretty solid pick, I'm not gonna lie. Not, maybe like the flashiest, but super reliable. Really, really consistent. Didn't think you'd be priority sort of at this sort of second round pick. So maybe more of a third, fourth round, really solid. But I can definitely see it. Even though Ezreal isn't the greatest right now, people are starting to sort of figure him out a little bit more. And Overseas G plays a couple other champs. Really just an all-around good ADC. Not a ton of notes on being something crazy or anything, but I think it'll fit pretty well into any team comp. Can play passively or aggressively to a decent degree, and I think can definitely be a very solid piece to a winning team.
Sorry, I'm eating
Valid.
Skittles. Oh,
Well, the Raiders.
Kinda skilled.
Okay, the Raiders pick is in, and I have not paid attention. Have they picked a top laner? Oh my god, they have. The Spuds are about to be insane. Okay.
Yeah.
Raiders. Who is it?
Yeah, they already have.
Oh wait, I
Musu.
just realized
they
what
get
you've said.
Technics.
Yeah. Becky
So-
knows what's happening next pick. Tactics
Yeah.
to the Raiders, actually a huge, huge pick. This guy, I had the displeasure of facing him a couple of seasons ago in BOL Plat, and the dude's cracked. He plays some
Yeah, that was
odd
gold.
champions or gold, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, he was not a gold player. I think he was
Yeah.
emerald. But I mean, this guy was playing Nico and Talia before they were even meta. Like, it's kind of gross.
Hey, I respect that. Funky champions, playing funky champions are how you get rated highly in my book. Because I just like things that are cool, and that sounds interesting. I'm down for some funky champions.
And
Yeah.
I don't even need to see who
I
this
wonder
is.
what player.
I know who this
could it
is.
be?
I just know. I'm gonna go ahead and copy them into the
Who
sheet.
knows? Who
Yeah,
could
it's
it
pretty
Could be
simple.
literally anyone.
Wow.
Whoa, who
What?
could
Sonic
this one
the
coming?
Sonic.
What?
I'm
That's
surprised
crazy.
Sonic
Was
dropped
not
one
even
more.
good. Come on.
I'm sorry. This is absolutely outrageous that Sonic fell to pick 14.
They get icy rain and
The
Sonic
plan worked.
on
No,
Spuds.
honestly, just give Spuds the chip right now. Like, just give them the chip. They've already won.
Spud's top side versus Spud's spot side.
I play Volcanoes
Yeah.
for this one,
Hilarious.
honestly.
Yeah, you see, here's the thing. We're looking at the Spuds picks, and we're seeing like, oh my god, they have the best mid laner and the best top laner. When in the back of our mind, we know who they're picking support. So it's not actually like a solved season, because so
I mean, you
They
have
also
the
still need
best
a
soul
jungler.
laners, basically.
Well, Bully, think about it. They have a very strong top half of the map, right?
Yeah.
And then the bot lane, they're so rich that they can just pay off the enemy bot lane to let them go
oh,
even.
true,
Yeah.
true. All right,
And our
we got
next pick, the Squids. Danley Flea.
Oh, Danley Flea got picked?
Oh
I
wow.
wasn't
Okay,
really
I mean, I knew this was coming at some point. I didn't expect it to be picked. I'm still surprised that Enable hasn't gotten picked, quite honestly. But
And
we do see Danley
Florigato,
Flea.
honestly.
yeah.
Dan Florigato, Enable. You had Dira as well. There are a couple of great picks, but no, Danley Flea is one of the more champ reliant ADCs, I'd say. However, that being said, all of his champs are kind of crazy right now. Caitlyn, Jhin being the main ones, Ashe being up there, and Lucian starting to be picked up in popularity. So, at least gonna draw some bans. Other than that, I don't know if there's a ton, but yeah, really comfortable on champs that are really, really good right now. In addition, had a really great exhibition showing. Right was never really the weakness of his team. Always came out the gate swinging. Scaled pretty well. So despite not winning any of the exhibition games, he was never the reason for the loss.
100%. We actually, I think their team was on one of the stream games, and
Yeah,
they
it
were
was,
like,
yeah.
them and the support that they had, which was subbing in. That was like the only good part of that team, and it was very impressive to see.
That was a Jhin
them-
pick, wasn't it?
Yeah, they were on Jhin, and it was they were very solid, and I think that, like you said, I feel like there definitely are other AD carry options, like Enable and Florigato both look really good, but hey, I mean, maybe there's something else with this pick that we do not have the context for.
We could also be biased because Florigato and Enable were in the all EDL top 3 last year. And with our final pick in round 2, who will Toad take to complement Rufian? Happier Cat. Interesting. Okay.
Could see this one. I mean, Happier
So-
Cat was
Yeah.
one of the higher ranked mid laners. Performed pretty consistently. Has a lot of those great both control / engage mages. Obviously, Nico, one of his more played. Another diamond player as well, which that automatically gives you a little bit of leverage in the draft. just by nature of having to pass Emerald promos, which anyone has to do that knows how terrible that is, and it is not an experience I would wish on anybody. But really solid laning, sort of knows how to get those micro advantages, and in general, with I think how a lot of the top end of mids are going to go, especially in this league, I think overall a very, very solid pick.
Yeah. The diamond mid laner, pretty good. I did rate them lower. I may be biased towards knowing a player who I ranked probably in Sapphire, and they aren't gonna get picked at all in Sapphire. But don't worry about it. I think the champ pool in particular makes Happier Cat a really solid pick to close out round 2.
Yep, so let's take a look at our teams and where they stand after 2 rounds of picks. So I would like us to pay attention to, of course, the Spuds. They have the best mid and a top 2 top laner. I say it's Masuf. You guys say it's Sonic. You know, top 2 at
Don't
worst.
put words in my mouth. D. Forson is still on the board.
Our resident vacuum cleaner. I mean, he dealt with Sonic before. He can do it again.
True.
So, excuse me. So, are there any picks that you guys are looking forward to? Anything that's still up of value for a team that's in need of a big pick somewhere?
I'm pretty sure people do not want to draft Coach Pizza because of the MF gameplay. But
Yeah, I do not get why Coach Pizza has not been picked yet. Like, genuinely confuses
Yeah, like
me.
an actual good support, but like they have one weird pick and people are like, I don't trust that.
I will
What's
say,
wrong with
okay,
weird support
so
picks?
we have
That's
two
great.
captains that are supports, right? So the only 6 supports are gonna be picked in Sapphire. One of the picks was Memer Sticks, but we know why that got picked. But I think people are waiting. They're trying to take the other picks, like high value picks or just random picks that they wanted, before supports, because they know that they have a good shot of getting a solid support, whether it goes late into the round. And looks like most teams actually kind of prioritize getting that ADC first.
Yeah,
Which
it's a bot lane meta.
I think
That makes sense.
most bot lane people know that support dictates the lane. It's not this ADC.
Well, we will get back into it with round 3, and we have Toad with another pick. So the Phoenix are back on the clock.
Yeah,
The
and
Twitters?
we got some insight from Megamind Manatsu in the chat, suggesting that most people should be delaying their jungle picks until round 4 at this point. And I don't disagree. Considering that there are still a ton of great junglers left, the other roles are much easier to pinch. So if you're looking at options, it might be not a bad time to just kind of hold off on one of these junglers. Unless you have like something in mind, or you have been specifically told to not pick the person that you want to pick because you're griefing if you do. One of those things.
Yo, is this when we see D
We're about to
Forson?
find out. I think it is. I think so.
I've got a spoiler alert for you. D Forson's not showing up until Ruby.
Tilted
Towers.
What Becky said.
All right, Mr. Cassante. I remember looking through this guy a lot. Mostly plays a lot of tanks. So for Phoenix, who already have like some like really consistent mid, like very good carry in the bot lane, and like know they can carry through bot side, I'm not really surprised that they're picking a sort of tank duty top laner, and a consistent one at that.
All I'm saying, I mean, I usually, I never really like dropping Tilted personally. I I always felt it was a bit too, I didn't like the terrain as like a starting area. A lot of people dropped there. It wasn't super consistent. I always preferred different areas.
Becky,
Personally.
you seem like a retail row kind of guy.
That wasn't my place. No,
No. Okay.
My
Just Tomato
squad.
Town.
My squad. We always went to Loot Lake. That's where we went.
That's fair. That's fair.
No name things for the sub.
Anyways, squids. Squids are up. They have top at what? Who is? I'm trying to. I have like 18 tabs that I'm switching between. Rapid fire.
The squids have taken their 80 carry and their jungler so far.
Okay, so we have a top and a support.
And a support, right?
Coach Pizza?
Coach Pizza?
Coach Pizza and
Coach
D
Pizza?
Forson question mark?
D Forson?
Neither.
TTV
The answer is
Nine
neither.
trees?
Are you
Wow.
sure? Are you sure?
There ain't no
Are
way
you
a Twitch
sure
streamer
about
gets
this?
drafted. Alright, that team's going last. Just lock it in.
This guy's gonna be talking to chat at least half of every game.
They'll be like talking, they'll be like in the middle of the lane, talking to chat. Sometimes playing Yumi so they could interact with chat more.
Okay, so they were on the stream game. And I
I-
wrote this down. They were on the stream game. They walked into a Caitlyn trap as they picked Thresh into Caitlyn Lux, walked into a Caitlyn trap, died level 2. You're really picking this player before Coach? There's got to be something else.
There's
gotta be
couple, there's
context we
still
don't
Knight
have.
up there, there's still Coach Pizza up there.
Becky,
There's-
they're not
It's
picking
rigged,
our
it's
resident third best support in Nasashi either. Like,
Yeah, where's
is- what is
Misashi?
going
Come
on?
I'm pretty sure
Upper
Coach Pizza
division Misashi,
tanked their
real.
draft stock by saying that they're gonna pick like random ass supports.
No,
we saw Greg on
actually,
the
we
board.
can't pick
Somebody
Misashi
pick
yet
Greg.
because Misashi's got to go on volcanoes.
Well,
Well,
Spuds, I anticipated jungler being taken here. I don't know why, but that's just what I'm feeling.
Alternatively,
Caliber.
Huh? Who could they
This
be
is-
saving for their support?
Oh. Wow.
Could be,
I
could be literally anyone.
hope you have a lot of money in that
Could be
bag for
anyone.
support.
Yeah. I will say Caliburn is a very, very solid jungler.
Yeah, Calburn's insane. Definite. I think probably because they were on they were on the bonkers last split.
He had to deal with Lizzo.
Yeah, he made
they're hardened.
he brought Lizzo to semifinals. All right. That is something that only the best junglers have been able to do. People like Ida Conic. So I think that alone, the strength to do that shows that Calburn is a player to not be trifled with. And also I just think like they play the meta very well. All of their picks are generally fit the meta very well. They're very aggressive in terms of their play and choking out the enemy junglers. So I think that it makes sense to see them get picked up here. And again, this is another great pick for the Spuds.
And while we are waiting for the next pick from the Raiders, we do want to shout out Metro Dragneel. Thank you for the sub.
Here it is.
The Raiders
With
pick.
our Raiders roll.
Swedish pancakes.
pancakes.
Speaking of Metro Dragneel, that's another mid laner below him that's going
That's-
before him.
Yeah, it's
They're trying
another
to make their name
mid
known.
laner that
by subbing.
Your plan failed.
Their plan
Damn.
fell. Swedish pancakes.
So,
honestly
I do
pretty
like
solid.
Swedish pancakes. I will say, I'm biased because Brand mid main, Gigabase, Brand very good right now with the double burn. A lot of their champions as well are great with some of these on the recent patch with the item adjustments. And they showed up very well in exhibitions. On a pretty bad team, they
Yeah.
performed very well on the Victor. So I
To
think
be fair, they
that-
did some stupid crap at the same time, right?
yeah,
Um,
they inted a little bit, but
They inted a
you're
little
allowed to
bit.
you're allowed to int a little bit.
Not against Spuds.
That's true. Spuds is insane. This is a very.
They might
good
rival
team.
Wizards. All right, the Dragoons. Shanku is back up. Blitzykins, another top going before Forsen.
I mean, this is not that
What?
like shocking though.
Yeah.
Blitzy did perform well. I believe he had a game on stream playing
Yeah.
Camille, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it was Camille into Ornn.
And Blitzy is off-rolled. He's a support main, or they are a support main, and they still looked very serviceable.
However, you could tell
Or no,
on that
I'm
Camille
sorry.
they didn't
that,
look.
that was a different player. My apologies, Blitzy. That was not you.
Blitzy was Camille was.
I believe I was thinking of Kiss Rope.
Kiss Rope was
Yeah, Kiss Rope did eventually win that lane phase against Blitzykins. Kiss Rope also had to go against our superstar Forsen, man of the night.
Speaking of Forsen, will he get picked up here? Probably
no,
not.
because this is Cheezers.
Cheezers
Oh,
are
actually-
still looking for a top laner, I think.
Oh, looks like Cryo.
Cryo and mid
Cryo.
lane.
Yeah, I mean
Ooh.
all these.
I don't
There's
know
so
about
many
this
good
one.
mid laners available.
All right.
Um,
I'm actually not on the cryo hype train. I think this person might be a bit too much of a one trick. But
Yeah, look,
That's
I don't know.
valid.
Maybe he'll make me eat my words. That would be
Hey.
cool. But
as somebody who has played with, a player who has an Anivia themed name and in the
Hold
mid lane
always,
and also
question mark?
plays Asol, as somebody who has played with a player like that, you can at least get to finals. You can't win because you get beaten by like a P1 off roll in the mid lane. You get obliterated
Yeah,
there,
baby.
But
hey, he
don't
wasn't
worry
off
about that.
roll. He wasn't off roll. He just banned his champ all the time.
That's
I
true.
mean, Cryo also plays a crap ton like Asol and Hui and stuff like that, so it's
Yeah,
not
no,
like
it's
it's a
just a
one
control
trick
mage
at that
player.
point. But we did see Cryo play on stream, and they had some nasty
They were so
Anivia
good.
walls that actually.
They were so good on the
Yeah.
Anivia.
So, I think they stood out, especially on a control mage where they just didn't put themselves in a bad position.
Who is picking?
Gambler.
It's
Gamblers.
gamblers.
Or Gamba.
Yamba,
This
what are you gonna
is-
get?
Obelisk.
Obelisk.
Obelisk is
That's another mid laner.
I mean,
he was-
you kind of expected to come out.
he
now.
was
Metro,
tougher
Metro
than
is
Metro.
never beating the allegations.
I love how much joy Becky is taking. You can just hear him giggling in the background every
Wait
time
a minute.
someone other than
Oh,
Metro
that's
is
all
picked.
mid laners actually taken. They could have saved their pick for the last round, but
Yeah.
I guess it doesn't matter.
Wait, is that all the mid laners?
That's 8, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 2 captains.
Wow, it is confirmed. Metro will be in the lower league.
Oh wait, there's no
They
mid
don't
laners
know Metro. They don't know you like I do. All right. They
Just
don't
like-
believe.
I'm gonna be real. People meme about it. That's actually kind of crazy.
I don't.
It-
I don't
he,
get it.
he should be. I would think he should be upper.
There's just too many good mid laners in my opinion.
I would look at that less as a slight to Metro, and it just being a deep mid pull.
Yeah.
Well, the Volcanoes are up. Final pick of round 3. Who will they take? Enable.
There we go.
Finally.
Finally. I was wondering when this guy was gonna get picked.
This
Seriously,
is
like,
this is an absolute steal.
Yeah.
At-
and,
Yeah,
and I
no.
already know a
24.
great support that you can put with Enable.
It's wild. Maybe Coach Pizza.
maybe Coach
What
Pizza.
do you mean?
Hopefully,
Whoa, whoa.
Coach
How could you
Pizza.
say that? How could you say that? when we need to
Hopefully.
complete the TTM team.
Oh, true. I will say
Masashi?
though,
Question mark?
bringing us on. Wait, who's that?
Upper
It's
division
Masashi with a
Musashi
steel
Ryu.
chair.
Misashi trapped in upper division prison. Somebody help them.
Yeah.
Well-
I will say, pretty strong after the last season, and was a very solid. We saw that even in exhibitions too. So, I'm pretty surprised he was this low in the draft. I'm not surprised at all that he's upper division. This was coming for a while. Enable was probably I might actually put him at the top 3 in the ADC pool. But we'll see. I am a bit surprised that Deer still hasn't been picked yet, but
Yeah.
Enable's not really a shocker. I'm surprised they weren't picked round 2, but here they are, bottom round 3, finally getting picked up.
There's only one ADC spot left in the upper, I believe, right?
Yeah. Well, we can go to the board once it's completed, and we can take a look.
True.
Yeah. So we have 2 top laners, 3 junglers,
Enable's
one
in the wrong spot.
2
but-
supports, and 1
Oh, wait,
AD
no, never
carry.
mind.
Let's go through each of these teams. Enable is in the right spot, about 30.
Yeah, it is. Rangers
Let's
only
go
has-
through
This
each
guy.
team and make our predictions for who we think they'll take. Becky, who are the Phoenix going to take it with their jungle pick?
I mean, for some reason, I might be looking at the wrong sheet because I don't see.
I'm
it
sorry. We should
updated.
start in reverse order. Volcanoes. Who should they be taking with their
Coach
support
Pizza.
pick?
I
Coach
mean,
Pizza.
obviously, the real answer is Coach Pizza. The so like here's the brain meme. All right, so the brain that's like not glowing, it's Coach Pizza. The brain that's like kind of glowing is Nisashi, right? And then the like galaxy brain is you grief will show them all, and you pick KMZ. That's the galaxy
mental
brain.
damage. Go for the mental damage.
You're gonna go. The mental damage would be unstoppable, but also you lose.
Then they'll try to
the season,
trade
so-
at the beginning. He's like, please, I'll give you
Yeah,
like $20.
you trap KMZ in fucking jail, and you have him pay. You have him pay bail with his $300,000.
No, it was 800,000.
800,000. Sorry. I don't mean to
800,000
devalue you.
Okay, well,
Deforcing in the chat saying he wants to play with better players.
we are not going to go through all of these teams because it took us multiple
Yeah,
minutes to get through
let's
one
go
team.
ahead and go
Let's
to
go
the next
to
round.
round 4. Volcanoes.
We can
Please
talk
tell
about it
us
as
your
we
pick
go.
is in.
Yeah, we
I
can-
will.
we
I
can
will
talk about
say
it
if
as
it's
we
not
go.
in, I can at least say for Raiders, the only people who still need to carry. I would be shocked if Dira makes it through. Still not picked.
See, I disagree with you.
Or
I
Florigato.
wholeheartedly
Or Florigato.
think that Florigato should be the next AD carry pick.
100%.
Or Florigato. I think one of the two. I
Are there
will
2
say-
spots left?
No, there's only
only
one
one.
spot left.
Okay, if Florigato
I'm only
does
saying-
not get this spot, I'm rioting and I'm joining Metro by dropping.
That's fair. I will say,
Yeah.
I think Dira is actually pretty good. I think the whole autofill thing was a bit blown out of proportion. I think they could be very good, but yeah, Florigato is also up there, so I wouldn't be shocked, especially seeing as they're going to see who the rest of the draft picks. They're like halfway through that.
There we go.
Florigato picks, but now we get the pick.
Oh. To round out the Volcanoes, who will it be?
Coach
Pizza, let's
Pizza.
go!
What?
Becky
See-
can rejoice. Becky, sing his praises.
Coach Pizza. Why are we waiting until now to pick Coach Pizza? I was sweating a little bit thinking they might actually drop to lower division.
I think
This
people
really
think Coach
good.
Pizza like trolls, but
What-
like he
what-
doesn't.
what
He
is-
tries to win the game, right?
Yeah, you see that there's a difference between a person who is a troll and somebody like an actual troll, and then somebody who is playing some funky stuff and actually trying to win. And Coach Pizza is somebody who at least has like a method to the madness, right?
The funny thing is, I don't think he'll play funny stuff, or he might
No.
sometimes, but like he'll play
No.
like mostly meta shit for the like majority of his games, unless it looks like a pretty solid like random MF game or what else?
Yeah,
Maybe Teemo.
it's insane. I don't get it. Like, but hey, we can move on. Gamblers.
Gambler's pick is in. Cocoa
gonna be-
Puffs.
Cocoa Puffs or nah?
I think Cocoa Puffs are kind of mid.
Yeah, I much prefer like Cocoa Pebbles. I was always that kind of.
Yeah, because they made the milk chocolate milk.
Yeah, the
Like,
the
even
Cocoa
better.
Puffs. The Cocoa Puffs are like marketed as like, oh, it'll make your milk chocolatey, but that doesn't happen. It's a lie. Cocoa Pebbles definitely do that, and that's why they're better. But not actually the Cocoa Pebbles. You have to get like the mom brand cereal.
No,
The
you
mom
guys
brand
are-
Cocoa Pebbles, the Cocoa Dino Bites, that's the supreme.
But
No,
Becky,
I'm
if
enlightened. You're all
someone-
trash. The real answer is that Reese's Puffs turns your milk into peanut butter.
Okay,
you're
no.
actually right. Never mind. Sorry.
Well,
my bad.
we're not surprised
Go
about
and
this
get
pick
the mom
because they
store.
need a jungler, and there's so many junglers available. They
Yeah.
actually get a pretty solid steal later on in the draft by getting a top tier player.
Wait, did
because
S
there's-
Legend make it all the way through?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
there are
That's
3
kinda-
diamond
that's kinda
junglers
crazy.
still on the board.
That this might be my fault. This might be my fault.
Wait,
Yeah,
there's one,
I think you
2, 3, 4,
turbo grouped
5,
S Legend,
6.
bro.
There's only one jungle spot left, right? Yeah.
Oh wait,
okay.
there is still a jungle. I thought that was no. Wait, there is one left. Okay, S Legend
There's
still
only
might
one
not.
left.
I would be shocked if S Legend makes it through the entire.
I mean, there's still kind of.
S Legend might get Manatsu. There's no
What,
way.
Let's Force is
Oh,
taken,
no.
right?
That would be okay. That'd be
Look,
pretty funny.
okay,
I'm not
So
gonna lie.
Ryan's not taken.
To be
21
fair
is
to
still
me-
there.
To be
right?
fair to me, I did say S Legend was gonna be in Sapphire, but I also like made a funny joke about them. It's like haha Echo player. But you probably still pick them. What's going on?
Well, we know it's not going to be this pick as Cheeses already have a jungler. They still need a.
Well, you're gonna find out right now. Cheeser's pick.
bear.
Interesting. That is
Before
not
since-
someone that I had going upper. Wow.
Yeah, it's,
Congratulations, Bear. I don't even I don't even know what to say.
D-Force. Big sad.
Renekton, Cassante, set. Typical bruiser player. I think at this point, and I said it in the draft chat and BOL, at this point, all jokes aside, Dason should be off the board by now. There is no reason for him to still be on the board.
It's confirmed though. He's going lower.
Dason is going lower.
Wait, was that our last? Was that our last? I thought
That was our
another
last top lane.
That was our last top lane. Where is the sheet everyone else is looking at? That's
I'm
actually
just
being
counting.
updated.
But
in real
that was 7 top lane picked, and then there's a 1 top lane captain.
okay.
So.
For those
well,
listening, if you are paying attention to the master sheet, after this round, we will have the Sapphire draft filled in.
Wait, hold on.
And
Did I
I will
count
have
correctly?
Mr. Lean enter the Ruby
Okay.
draft as it's picked.
Maybe I didn't
Okay,
count
thank
correctly.
you.
Hold up.
Hey, Dragoons, what
Dragoons,
do we got?
final pick. Ryan.
Oh wait,
Ryan.
no wait. There might.
Whoa,
wait, I
what?
think there might be a spot left.
who?
Ryan, jungler.
I'm
checking my notes here. I don't
Once
remember
again,
a player name.
Don't get me wrong, not a bad player. Pretty
there's a top
solid
lane
in
spot.
terms of actually like being picked. Pretty good exhibition showcase. Can play mages. Can play duelists and gay. So very versatile. Has a lot of those Viego games recently. So also picking up like a Viego carry style. I'm not surprised that he's picked. I will be shocked though if S Legend doesn't. Doesn't get picked at all.
I don't think there's a spot left for.
There's not a
Wow.
spot. There's one.
That's.
This
S-
was the
I-
last spot.
I'm
Ryan
so
was the last
sorry,
spot.
S Legend. I'm so
Yeah.
sorry.
I mean,
There
in
is a
that
spot
ca-
left for top still. That's confirmed.
Yeah, I will
So.
say Ryan. I think. Wait, who's left for jungle?
S Legend. That's it. No more for jungle, but like S Legend's going bot. Is going to Ruby.
Oh yeah,
we're
wait.
taking a look.
Phoenix don't have yet.
Oh wait, Phoenix don't have? Okay, never
Phoenix
mind.
don't
Wait,
have.
are
I'm wrong.
Phoenix gonna get the S Legend final
2,
pick
3,
steal? That's
5.
insane.
That's absolutely.
Wait, who's not gonna be? There's one person that's gonna be like a
That's
diamond. That's
disgusting.
gonna be
21 or
21.
S
That's
Legend.
okay. Okay, so 21 or S Legend would.
They're
Yeah.
actually okay. I mean, yeah, but also like
It's gonna
if
be
they
2
don't pick
diamond
S,
players getting taken the last 2 picks.
if you're getting like don't get me wrong, 21's good, but if you're not getting S Legend last night, like Phoenix kind of had to steal this draft. Like that is kind of there is no reason why Phoenix just got handed the draft on a silver platter. It's kind
Yeah.
of crazy.
All right.
Like they got an insane draft handed to them.
Raiders pick is in, and then we have to wait to see who could possibly be picked on the Spuds.
Oh boy, I wonder.
Dira.
Era.
Oh, there's Dira going.
Wow. Okay. I am very
Florgato.
like I said,
Not
I'm a bit shocked that Florgato didn't get picked, but yeah, I did think everyone was sleeping on Dira. I'm not surprised to see Dira picked. That being said, given the team that Raiders already have, of Masuf, of Taki, of Swedish Pancakes, of the captain being AFK Boulder, like I am a bit surprised that it is Dira. I would have thought Florgato fit a lot better with their style. So I don't actually know about this one.
This is gonna have to be a top half of the map carry the game team.
Yeah, definitely. I will say, it would be kind of disgusting for Florgato not to get first rounded in Ruby.
That's I was on we were both watching those games together. I was on kind of the opposite end of the Dira perspective. I was super underwhelmed by how Dira played in at least the game that we watched.
It just happened to be his Zaya game.
Yeah, I mean maybe it was just like unrepresentative, but I don't know. Also, geez, I wonder.
Becky,
God,
no. Icy
who could
Rain
it
has
be?
already said they pick Gent with their final pick.
That's true.
Yo, and Gent is coming in back.
Whoa! That's crazy!
That's
Who
crazy.
could have seen this?
Whoa!
I mean, what else is there to say? We knew it was coming. He was literally banned from picking this guy round 1 or 2.
All right. Here's the
We'll
thing.
show them all in KMZ are actually just best buddies. They have the
All right.
friendship bracelets going on.
Okay.
If you guys have seen them, super cute together, great couple, but
There will be a few smooches in the bot lane. Confirmed.
Okay, but here's the thing: if we're building a good team, before I say this, are Squids and Phoenix? Okay, neither of them can pick support, right? Right?
Correct.
No, so the jungle and top are gonna go. So
Okay, so
they
Tomato,
are.
where is Tomato? I have successfully sent Tomato to Ruby. You are all fools. If you
Yeah,
wanted to make
that
a
is
good
insane.
team, you pick Tomato here for Spuds. Like, that is a team that I think is unstoppable if it has Tomato on it. But, that's the thing is, we forget that, I don't know
mean,
where I'm going.
it's
I don't know.
gonna be 2 diamond players, 100%, right? It's gonna be.
Well, we're gonna find out. The Squids have taken Jigglypuff.
Okay, D-Forcin is actually confirmed bot now.
wow, that is dude. D-Forcin getting
You're-
sent to Ruby.
you're
I
surprised?
guess.
On stream
They
for an
needed a better
interview.
agent. They needed
Yeah,
a better
seriously.
agent.
Their agent is me right now, and I'm getting you to Ruby, Dason. You're going down there.
I'm convinced that there's like a pack going on. It was like, okay, no one picked D-Forcin. We're setting him down to Ruby.
All right, keep talk about Jigglypuff.
And I will say, I warned the captains that if anything outrageous was picked, I would stop it. But in the 4th round,
It's not outrageous.
it's not outrageous, right?
But I hope to see them get absolutely just destroyed by let's see. No, not Volter. He's not destroying anyone.
True.
To me,
Sonic's
he's
not destroying
beating
anyone.
anyone.
Actually, maybe this is a good pick. There aren't any good top laners. Mason. Mason's gonna destroy him.
Yeah, Mason's gonna.
Mason
destroy
and Sonic are gonna put Jigglypuff
Yeah.
in a blender.
we're gonna see they're gonna bring out Marth to deal with this Jigglypuff. So
See the R-rated
Not
movie
looking
of
good.
Super Smash Bros. Jigglypuff in a blender.
we're about to see Brawl Jigglypuff right here. This ain't
Oh,
melee
no.
melee Jigglypuff. Is
I think people are too concerned about the deforce and shampoo. Probably what it is.
And the last pick, I think it just flashed across. Was that correct, Pop Tart?
yes.
Zebra?
Sweet
Zebra.
S Legend. Wait, did I screw something up? No, S Legend and
isn't
21
real.
are going to Ruby.
Oh no.
Wow, that's
What
going
did-
first pick
Yo,
right there.
S
Becky,
Legend
what did
and
you do?
21.
Is
And
Whoa.
21.
Zebra?
You have
Guys,
two diamond players.
Don't get me wrong. Zebra is not a terrible player. He plays those brews. He plays those good engage. You are all
Sue is losing his
fools,
mind
fools,
right now.
fools for not picking S Legend. Who's round 1 for Ruby draft?
Hoodie Chris.
Bro, if
Yeah.
Hoodie Chris is not locking S Legend on the snap,
Or 21. Like,
Troll.
honestly, it doesn't matter. It's just like one of those junglers.
yeah,
It's gonna be-
dude, if you're not
Uh,
snapping up Legend, like, oh my god, dude,
Uh,
how
well,
did S Legend and 21 make it through? That is insane.
Start. Let's
They
go to the
need to-
team.
They have
You're
a
all
bad
trying to
PR team.
continue.
What can I
Phoenix,
expect?
dude, I say Phoenix got handed this draft on a solo. They might have just, I don't know what actual throwing right here.
So,
Toad,
okay.
dude, what the hell?
Outside, can we all agree Spuds are our top team? Can we agree with that
Yeah.
or no?
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah.
and then for me, I think Phoenix and Raiders and Volcanoes are fighting for that 2 through 4 spot.
I would agree.
Damn it, Phoenix took S Legend. That team actually looks really good.
Zebra is a very good player. He's
Yeah,
very
but probably not as
slept
good
on.
as S Legend.
I will say, I think Dragons, Dragons. Which ones are? It's Dragons. Okay.
It's
I
the
think
Dragoons. They changed it
Oh
last
my
minute.
God. Okay. I think Dragoons definitely have a spot in contention. Unironically, I think Squids have like that chaos aspect to them. I think Squids are gonna be like the 6th place wildcard team that randomly just decides that they're gonna beat 1st and 2nd place consistently and then immediately lose to 8th place.
Yeah,
Like 8th place is gonna lock in like 5 top laners and they're gonna pick like meta comp and still lose to it somehow, and then immediately turn around and beat Spuds the next week. That's how I see Squids right now.
Yeah, you say they're gonna lose to 8th as if they're not in 8th. The Squids is the worst team. It's not. It's I don't.
They're gonna
know
lose the
which team
7th
is
and
worse.
6th, and then they're gonna beat 1 and 2. Like I don't know. Squids is like my eye for like content team. They're gonna be the one that like I want to watch these stream games because I firmly believe that they will somehow like majestically swoop their way into playoffs, possibly even win 1st round, and then immediately get demolished for like completely turn around week after week. Like they're the least consistent, most content team, and I'm here for it.
Yeah, Gamblers actually looks really good in my opinion as well.
Yeah, I think you guys should be on
I would
Gamblers,
agree with
but
that. I would agree with that.
Coco, Obelisk, Rise, Sideclick, even Flash is like pretty decent. Like,
Well, guys, we do have another draft, a draft that is longer. So
Yeah, we should probably not
everybody,
take as much
we are
time.
going to go to an intermission, roughly 10 minutes, and we will be back with the start of the Ruby draft. And we are back. We just had a chaotic Sapphire draft, to say the least. I have Becky, Rita, Noctis, Sarah, and Bully with me. Becky, what are your thoughts on that Sapphire draft and what it could mean for the Ruby draft?
Was that me?
That was you.
That was. He
I was
did
looking.
say
I was looking for a
Becky
GIF. I was looking for a GIF, so I was like not paying attention. Yeah, I think that the big thing here with the remaining players is that we have a few diamonds left available, and unlike, I don't think all of these diamonds that are still on the board are dollar store diamonds. I think that we actually have some really good players actually heading down to Ruby, and it's very scary. I think the power level of Ruby is going to be a lot higher than maybe you would have expected.
I would agree with that.
So that's I already can I hear Defoe swearing and punching a hole in a wall.
He's fucking pissed.
I can imagine.
And I don't mean to rush everyone here, but that draft did take us over an hour to complete, and this draft is going to be longer. So let's get into it. First, we're going to look at the teams that we have drafting for Ruby. We have the Islanders, the Picklers, the Astronauts, the Mavericks, the Puppers, the Eagles, the Otters, the Melons, the Wafflers, and the Spartans. And the same thing with Ruby is on our next board. We have the captains already listed in their roles that they are playing.
Yes.
I assume so, right?
And
yeah.
as they shuffle in, yep, there we go. Okay. So same thing after each round. We will be quicker this draft. After each round, we'll do a brief recap of the 10 picks that happened. Yeah, let's get into it with the start of round 1. The Islanders are on the clock. Hoodie Chris. Who could Hoodie Chris take? Do we think he takes a Diamond Jungler? Does he take Metro? Does he take the Vacuum? Who knows?
Yeah, I mean there are some insane first round picks here. I mean, obviously Hoodie Chris is an ADC, but like we still have Florgato on the board. We still have S Legend N21 on the board. We still have D4 and Mason on the board. There are just a ton of we still have Metro on the board. Like there's still a ton of good picks to be had. So I don't know. I think that a lot of I think most of the decisions that have to be made are like, who am I worried about getting snatched up? And can I leave this person till second round?
In my head, I'm trying to imagine, not at this point, like, obviously we should still be looking for teams that are good, but the real reason Ruby is going to be good to watch is because we're going to see some real content. So in my mind, I'm trying to think, what is the best content pick? And in my mind, it was Metro. So
you're gonna find out right now. Who does Hoodie Chris have going off? The board?
Is this the S Legend?
21.
21.
I expected the jungler to get taken. One of
Yeah,
those two
it was
junglers.
either 21 or S Legend. No surprise here. I think that the big question mark with S Legend for a lot of these captains is the fact that Echo, One Trick Pony, hoo hoo ha ha. But I also don't know. In between the two of them, I feel like I would have rather had S Legend than 21. I think that you, even though their exhibition night wasn't great, uh 21 has good picks in pocket and a lot of there are a lot of options, and of course they're one of our diamond players, so not too surprising to see them go first pick here. So
Pick
who's gonna be
two.
next?
Pick 2.
Could be anyone.
We have the
Oh,
picklers.
it could be anyone named S Legend.
Could be literally anyone. It could even be
Oh,
S
there it
Legend.
is.
S Legend. There it is.
Thank
Yeah.
God, man.
Hey,
I was
I-
saying this. I don't know how this guy made it so far down. Like
There's gonna be
this is
95%
actually-
chance that both these junglers get taken 1-2 in
Mhm.
Ruby, because it's not like they're gonna fall below the first round.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it makes sense. For the exact same reason that I just said for 21 is these are our last two diamond junglers. Why aren't you picking them? You should be picking them, right? So now at this point, looking at some of the remaining big picks that dropped, we still have Metro, we still have Florigato, well, we still have Tomato. Yeah, at this point, I've successfully sent Tomato to Ruby, so I'm not going to pretend that Tomato is bad. Tomato is very good. You should be if you are going to pick a support, you definitely pick Tomato.
There's Knight as well, right?
Yeah, Knight's still
Available.
in too, and Knight's
Yeah.
very good.
I
So,
think
Um,
something that it's important to say is Dason is still on the board, and he won a championship the last time he played with Defoe. And Defoe is picking now.
true. We running it back.
Uh,
Let's see.
I would say yes, because I can't imagine
I
he sticks
imagine.
to what his original plan was.
Yeah. He probably just takes him.
Nope.
Jake
Takes-
from State Farm.
Wow.
What do you mean? I thought Jake was a captain in the upper division. What's going on here?
That's wrong, Jake.
Let me open my notes. Again, I have like 100 tabs open. I've a funky champion pool. One of the junglers that has some weirder options, and this, I think Defoe. This is the kind of player Defoe works really well with. The fact that this is somebody who has those funky champions, it gives him options in draft, champion draft, which I think is something that is pretty good. And of course,
also
if you're a mid
allows
laner, you want to
him-
pick a jungle.
It also allows him to avoid the remaining 6 junglers that we have, right?
Yes.
Because if you look at, obviously, 21
I
and
just
S
looked at
Legend,
the
we're gonna
remaining
go.
6 junglers.
Right.
There's
oh,
a
God.
big drop off.
There's a large drop from
Yeah,
Jake
yeah.
to the next round of junglers. So
Okay,
it makes sense. Now we should expect to see the remaining captains not prioritize a jungler.
Or
Alright.
try to take one that
And before we see this, I want to say the real reason Defoe picked the Karthus player is so that he can actually play Pantheon. All right, that's the reason. Defoe wants to play AD assassins in mid. We're gonna see Unleashed Defoe this season.
And now, well, we have Finny picking now. I would be surprised if it's anybody other than Florigato or Metro.
Yeah.
Soul
wow.
Reaver.
Are you surprised?
That is
So-
that is quite
There's
that is
a
bad pick.
So there's a specific reason why he did that, right? All the junglers are going off the board, and it wouldn't be surprising if Soul Reaver or like a couple other junglers get taken in the first round because people are going to panic. Soul Reaver
Yeah.
is on his pre-made team, so
Yeah.
that's also
I
why
would,
he
I
took
would
him.
like to say Soul Reaver is not a bad pick. I think it's bad for Finny to pick a jungler here.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'm not
I think
calling
that
Soul Reaver a bad player.
Yeah, and I would say, like, of the junglers that was left, Soul Reaver was the best option.
I would agree.
I think that after Soul Reaver, now we are literally in like the great value bargain bin. The rest of these junglers are horrendous, so it's gonna be tough. And I think that this is like a game of chicken to see who gets T-Wayne and who gets stuck with T-Wayne.
I think
That's the problem.
I don't know why, Becky. I don't understand your dislike for T-Line.
I think wafflers are gonna take T-Wayne. But let's see if another jungler gets taken. That's when we know that like the
Arrow.
bank run's gonna happen.
All right, let's see who the mid laner picks. Okay,
Forcing.
we have
All
we
right.
have our vacuum off the board.
So
Dason
we know
is
who's winning
gone.
the season. We know who it is.
So the puppers, here's what you're drafting the rest of tonight. A strong 4v4 jungle through support. Let Dason split. That's all you have to do. Defoe showed it. Did he have Obongo carrying 4 corpses to a championship? Yes. But was Dason splitting on Garen and Yorick? Also yes.
Yes. I think maybe I give Dason a bad reputation, but Dason plays his game very well. The only issue is that his game is kind of unorthodox, and you have to have a team willing to play with a split pusher. And in a draft league, you can't guarantee for that.
He has gotten a better mic. I would like to point that out.
And he does have a better mic now.
That was the biggest complaint from season 4 of EDL, right? It was almost better to mute him. Shout out Ethereal Images. Ethereal had to mute Dason because the mic was so bad he literally couldn't focus on clicking his pink words to buy them.
Jeez, them.
And the Eagles. Who is Psycho Ghost going to pick here? 6th pick. Jay Woodford Jr. And Metro isn't even the first mid taken. Wow. That's a bit shocking. That's just getting disrespectful to Metro at this point.
Maybe they don't know he's available.
What do I have to say to get to now? All right. Actually, now I want to see how late we can wait to pick Metro. Now I want
There's
to
no
see,
way Metro goes
Alright.
that late.
Actually,
right?
Metro's terrible. Do not pick Metro. Only plays Akali. Okay, we picked a Fizz All right. Wait, hold on. This guy's a Fizz player. Why are we picking a Fizz player that isn't Metro?
Seriously, this is ridiculous. Psycho
This is probably Metro right
Psycho
here. I'm gonna give it a good
Pick
like
Ethereal Ice before Metro.
80% shot. 80% shot is gonna get Metro next
If
pick.
Ethereal Ice gets picked
only-
before Metro, I think Metro leaves. I think he just quits now.
I think the only mid that could reasonably be picked above
Oh.
Metro would be Webb, just because of
No,
his past.
You know what? Morgana
Yeah.
might be picked here because Molly might want to ADC.
I don't
Yeah, that
think
would be
he
smart.
is. I think
Combo.
I don't believe he will. For reasons I won't say.
Is it because they're on the no list? Oh, there's
thank
Metro.
God.
There is Metro. Okay. Okay. We have Metro off the board. No, I have a feeling that Molly is going to be taking a certain AD carry that he wants to play with.
Wait, let me go see. Let's see who 80 carry is. Oh, never mind. I know who it is.
What, Boat
It's
Chicken?
Boat Chicken!
Okay, but how is I just got back. How is Florigato not picked yet? Can someone please explain this to me?
Oh,
Because
no
there was a
one's
bank run of
blind?
junglers, and then Deep Forsen was still available.
We
The-
took
not gonna call
4
him Jason.
junglers to
We
start
decided-
the draft.
We decided to play chicken game to not
Yeah.
get T-Wayne. And then we picked D-Forsen, and then I guess like Eagles spun a wheel and they landed on Jay Woodford. You know, is Feathers drafting for them? We got Feathers' wheel back. Is this
Oh,
a thing?
all right. Not a Kate OTP. Is this the Knight pick right here, or is it gonna be Nisashi?
I think
yeah,
it should be Greg. Give us
Who's
Greg.
Greg?
I
Oh,
think
Tomato.
Yum.
Tomato. Yeah, Tomato is really good too.
Why are you calling him Greg?
That's
He's Greg.
His tag is
Yeah, it's his
Greg.
hashtag.
No, he's Greg. Trust.
Greg from Walmart.
Melons. Nightion. Okay.
Yeah.
That's also a fair pick. Fair pick.
Yeah, I mean, Knight did perform quite well on some of the picks. Also has that threat of the flex of the Zach flex. So I don't see the problem. It did look like they were too big of a Zach player before, but then they kind of spread their wings out and picked up other supporters. So it's not like they are kind of, a one trick, but they do know how to play that kind of niche pick that actually can create nightmares for a lot of players.
We do have the Wafflers on the clock now. Toddy 2K. I would think, if there were round one justifiable junglers, you would think that your top laner would take a jungler, right?
No. Like I said in the first draft, top laner always complains about their bot lane feeding. Same with bot
That's
lane
fair.
feeding with top.
Honestly,
They're
he should
taking
take tomato. He should
Florigato.
take tomato or Florigato. One of
They're
the
taking
two.
Florigato, 100%.
Epic
or tomato.
tomato.
There's tomato.
I say 100%, I meant like 4%.
Hey,
But same thing still applies. They took a bot lane player.
depending on what
So-
Spartans pick, they might still get him.
Yeah, that's true. They might pick both support and AD carry.
Fallen here gets to pick 2 players in a row, right?
Yeah.
If I'm Fallen, I'm taking Florigato and Nasashi.
I think that's a very solid pick.
And then I think
will say-
Fallen is going
I
to
will
play this
say-
bot lane and just dominate.
I will say, if you do go for the Nasashi Florigato here, you are leaving your mid and top towards those last 2 picks, and they are low last 2 picks, right?
I
Low
see.
round
I
The
don't-
mid is
I
fine
don't
though.
think
The mid pool is whatever. It's
mid
literally
and top are both deep,
yeah.
and
That's fair.
he's a jungler captain, so he doesn't have to worry about that. Mid and top
Yeah.
are both fine. I think there's one standout mid left, and then I think that there are 5 tops left that are still arguably
Yeah.
within the same skill range.
Yeah, I think they're probably in the best position as being a jungler. So
Yeah, in terms of
The-
standout mids, I think that Webb is a steal here. Webb is pretty good. The green O I think was pretty solid. Kumi is not terrible.
you say Gumi or Kumi?
Kumi. Is there anyone else I'm missing who hasn't been picked in mid? I can't think of
Etherealize.
anyone.
Well, we're
Yeah,
gonna
Ethereal
find out
hasn't been picked.
Fallen's entire draft strategy right here. If this isn't
Yeah,
Florigato,
If it's a bot lane,
he's
we pretty much
trolling.
know they're gonna just combine, get both. Oh,
Okay. Well, he could also take
Oh.
Florigato next.
could, but I don't think they will. I think they just opt in for
Probably take Webb.
They probably take a mid laner. Yeah, they as a jungler, like I want to play for my solo lanes.
And Webb
Cool.
is a great pick. That does conclude our first round. Let's go ahead and go to the team breakdown. Let's take a look at how everything's shaping up so far. So we see all of our junglers that have been taken here, right? The first 4 picks of the draft, right? Yeah, first 4 picks were all junglers to avoid the bottom half of the jungle pool.
Yeah.
We do have Fallen coming up with another pick. His jungle and top are already taken. We've already said that we think it's going to be a mid. Florigato is also a possibility because his value is so much higher than what is left. But let's go back to the draft board. Let's get Fallen back on the clock. Spartans next pick. What do they got?
Just thinking about it, the support pool might get pinched here quite soon, as you only have a couple players left. It's Nisashi and Giggle, and then you get to like Kaz and like the lower platinum players.
I'm not very familiar with Couch, Billy, or Ender. Nasashi, Giggle, and Kaz. I've seen them all play, and I would take Nasashi over Giggle and Kaz, but I don't.
100%.
I don't think it's any insane difference.
Yeah, I mean, Giggle told me that support was his best role right now. So,
Yeah.
do I believe him? Absolutely not. But I
Okay.
also thought he was frozen forever, playing support from a couple of like a VRD season a little while back. So,
Well,
Yeah.
let's find out who does Fallen take here.
Ethereal Ice.
Ethereal
Ice, yeah.
Ice.
So we decided to go with the solo laners and then save the bot lane for
Interesting.
last.
Okay.
So I feel like we know who Wafflers are going to pick here. It makes just perfect sense to just finish off
Yeah,
that bot
if
lane.
if Toddy doesn't take Florigato, I will be kicking the second Ruby captain.
There's a chance that they're just like, well, there's like a few ADCs off the board, but like they're still, who
All right.
like suspicious, Suda Fox, Blue
No-
Nut.
none
They're
of
not-
you get the vision. All right, Toddy played with Boat Chicken in exhibitions, and the two of them were the only humans on that team.
And he even said I'm gonna leak DMs. He said ADC was cracked out of his mind. That was Vote Chicken.
yeah.
So
Vote
maybe
Chicken
he's waiting to
expected be
pick.
the first pick in Sapphire. Why didn't that happen, Becky?
They just don't get it. The people they don't get Boat Chicken. They don't understand.
How good he actually is.
I
They
think
don't
it
know.
might be a possibility he's just gonna try to hold out until round 3 to pick up Bo Chicken then. If he's going for that. And then maybe he wanted to pick like
He doesn't know Becky, does he?
Ethereal or does he hate Bo
no-
Chicken?
No. The
What-
Wafflers pick is in. I expect Florigato here. Toddy, who is it? Okay.
Oh,
okay.
is that who did he
So-
say? Oh, he played with him on
Okay, Florigato,
Exhibition.
thank God. Toddy, you retain your human status.
Toddy, humanity restored.
There's one thing about Toddy is that Toddy won't draft friends if they know there's another player available as well.
And,
So
and another thing is, he's going to
And
talk shit.
and
so
I don't
head to
think Toddy
Banner.
has any friends in this draft. Let's put that.
I don't know if Toddy
Perspective.
has any friends.
Damn.
Probably doesn't. No, but Toddy will always try to draft the best players available, or just players that he thinks are good.
And that's
And
a
so he
smart
just-
strategy.
He just decides to round out that bot lane, and like I said, he wants to make sure his bot lane doesn't feed. I'm pretty sure
I
that's one thing he
I
hated.
will say, I like his first two picks more than I like Fallen's.
I feel like it was a jungler mindset of taking your soul lanes.
I understand that, but
Yeah,
I mean,
it's just
you can't compete with Tomato and Florigato. That will be the best bot lane
yeah.
in the league.
Agreed. I mean,
Wait.
it's the classic card game strategy of just play
Yeah.
good cards.
Just
Yeah.
pick
Just
good
just
players.
just pick good players. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah,
No,
flawless
I just
strategy.
realized- I
If
just
anyone plays
realized that
fantasy
that's their bot
football
lane. What the hell?
and you auto draft your draft, there's a good chance you end like top 4 in your league, or like top 3 in your league, because they just picked like the best player available, and you don't like try to outsmart yourself. It's like, oh, this is a sleeper pick. I'm gonna pick them at
Nope.
my fourth round
just,
pick.
Just pick good players. Just pick good players.
Melons, who do we have? So they already have their AD carry.
Web.
Web. Okay, this is a great pick. Great pick.
Web Giga underrated.
Web has not been around for a few seasons. Used to play in Victorious, RIP.
Mhm.
Unless Web used to play in Victorious and was one of the top mids at the time. This is a very, very good pick.
Yeah, this is a classic. This is a Victorious classic mid laner right here, and it's great to see him back. The Kumi as well was in a few Victorious seasons, so we have some returning faces for those who have followed the lore of the evolving draft league as it has moved from location to location. But yeah, I'm excited to see how Web does this season.
And yeah, it'll be interesting. It will be interesting. We do have Molly on the clock now. I think it's important to point out Molly went winless last season. We need to get him a win. He needs at least 2 wins.
Yeah, surely we'll get 1 win on the board for the Otters.
Ludicrous.
I
I loved
what?
him in Fast
it's
Furious.
I'm not very familiar with Ludacris, apart from the fact that my team, my pre-made team, scrimmed against him last night, and
Who won?
Ludacris lost. Smile.
Peak.
Yeah, I definitely didn't rate Ludacris that well. I think they might have been. Oh no, I rated them as one of the better Ruby options. Good draft night. The only problem is please don't play Riven. Champion is garbage. Please don't do it. I'd
You know
rather
who's
you play
been-
like some troll champions like off roll than Riven. Riven's
Well,
not real.
We
We
have
still have Sems on the board of top lane. I don't know if Sems will go kind of because there's like a chance Sems is better than like a lot of these top laners.
I think the best top and lower outside of Dason is still on the board.
Null
What will
5.
they be now?
Eagles, will Psycho make another bad pick? Find out. Nasashi,
Jay Wood
great pick. Great pick.
Actual good pick out of Psycho. Let's go.
Good pick, real.
I would like to point out I'm being threatened in the DMs by multiple players right now. I will confirm who they were after the draft. But if you guys don't hear from me tomorrow, a couple players are threatening my life in game.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
a bannable
Where are
offense.
the threats on my life? Am I just not popular? Have I lost my touch?
They better like
I gotta, yeah, we gotta, Becky, you and me gotta go make some people. Oh, don't worry. Starting Monday, I plenty of people will be making threats too.
Oh,
they
we're
better
gonna get
sub
some-
to the
I
Twitch
hope
channel
we
to not
both
get
a
banned.
manifesto.
If you've threatened me, sub to the Twitch channel. We won't ban
If
you.
we're not mentioned in 3 notes,
We won't
by
mention
name,
who you are,
I
but
will
like
consider
sub
it
to
a
the
failure,
Twitch channel.
minimum.
It will not show up in chat either. I promise.
Actually, you know what? No, Becky, if we're not mentioned in at least 6 notes by name, bare minimum, and I'll consider that a failure.
Sure.
Oh man,
Well-
no, but we actually, I was not on with the Jaywood. I don't think he's a bad pick. I think he's completely mid. I think Nasashi's a good pick though, and I think Psycho is a completely fine top laner. So
I agree. The puppers. Blue Moon
Moon
Jelly.
Jelly. Yeah, this was a bit of an interesting one to say the least. Blue Moon Jelly was never gonna be like the top pick, but honestly, not the worst. You know, he plays like a lot of the like more pokey, I guess is what you could call them, champions. Has been practicing sort of the Ezreal, the Varus. Should note, not an ADC main. As of late, usually they play mid lane. But they
not the
have played
best
a lot of Tristana
chance.
mid, so I would be surprised if that didn't transfer over a little bit. They used to play a lot of ADC, used to play a lot of those longer ranges, Ezreal, Caitlyn, that poke Varus especially, and those picks are pretty good right now. Also pretty good with the Lucian, so I would expect for this to be the one of the better Ruby ADCs.
I mean, Caitlyn's gonna get gutted. Ezreal's just always like a D tier champion in terms of like rank. Can be really valuable, but
Next pick. I think it's a top
Oh, yeah.
laner.
What we got?
also Ferris is pretty shit.
Chili
Crab.
Crab,
Holy crap.
also known as Reedy. When I said that the best top laner outside of Dason was still on the board, Reedy is who I was referring to, or Chili Crab.
Yeah, Radiance has been like taken. I haven't seen Radiant in a long time. I remember
Reedy
playing
at
against Radiant.
Pick 17
Gold.
is an absolute steal.
Yeah, I just realized I ranked Chili Crab as a potential Sapphire option. So
He could compete in Sapphire.
Yeah, probably
uh,
better than. Let me go look at the board.
Jigglypuff.
Yeah,
Definitely
Jigglypuff,
better
Bear.
than Jigglypuff.
Bear. I'd put him above
Walter.
Blaziken's.
I
wouldn't put him
definitely
above
about. Well,
Walter.
that's not a.
Hey,
no,
hey,
that's a
he's
low bar to
nah.
clear.
We said who he compete with, right? So he could compete with Walter.
True.
It's probably only the top 3 he probably couldn't compete with.
So next we have Defoe's pick, which is now
Oh, we got the next pick.
completed.
And Defoe takes Sims.
Sims.
The Quinn one trick themselves that went from like E2 to like P4. Actually, I don't know if it was E2. I think it was E3.
I actually believe it was
climb.
D2. He was just that bad.
Dude, if it was D2, that's actually I've seen someone fall pretty much that far. I saw someone fall from the cusp of D4 before Emerald was a thing, all the way down to Gold 4.
Well,
Yeah,
now
me
you
too.
see.
His name's Night Train.
No, I've got
Dude, it's
another one
crazy.
for you, Becky.
Who could drop from D1 to D4 in a single season?
That was also
Anybot?
you.
Shut up.
No, Becky, I have another one for you.
Shut up, Zarya
You
got
know,
nerfed.
They
That's
enjoyed
my
playing
excuse.
with Draven mains, and they climb to E1, and then drop into Silver, and play 2,000 games in a single split. Whoever could that be?
2,000 games. My God.
That's insane. That is actual get banned for boosting behavior. That is crazy.
Let's just say Boat Chicken made the mistake of picking this player with their first pick last split. Now some of you might be wondering, why isn't Boat Chicken a captain?
Why
said
isn't
player first?
a captain? Yeah, I wonder why.
Oh, we got the next pick.
The Pickles!
The Pickles pick. Is?
Nitro Dax.
I say as they pick one of the last actual options for top lane. Yeah, top lane there's only like 3 or 4, 2 or 3 I think left over now. So yeah, Nitro Dax sort of last one of those sort of reliable.
After Nitro Dax, we have Null 5 and Sloppy Puma left on the board.
Yeah, not amazing options.
I'm not familiar with either of them, so I will not compliment or insult them.
We're actually going to see like 5 junglers taken in round 4.
Yeah, I mean, you're not picking any of them. Unless you're determined. Okay, I feel like I'm being too mean to like questioning error.
Probably.
Like questioning error is probably fine. The other 4, no chance. Not a chance.
I think you pretty much have to see what kind of like they bring to the table, right? As jungler, if you see a carry jungler that if they fall behind, that they're going to be pretty much useless, then it might not be the pick that you want. But if you put them on more of a utility style jungler, it might be still valuable, even if they're playing against 21S Legend. They might still have an impact in the game.
Throwback Ediconic Zac jail. He carried though. Yeah, no. Putting junglers on engage tank jail is like a
The
real
Islanders take Giggle.
Finally,
Wow. This is
no.
oh.
The content team is being developed.
Hoodie Chris Giggle already.
Let's go to the team board. We should see how this is shaking out.
God,
I have a feeling
21 Hoodie Chris and Giggle. I'm already on the Islanders train, bro. I love this.
God, the only thing that could make Islanders better is if we had Metro on there too. All right, that would be
agree.
a content team.
You know what's great content? Hoodie Chris when he streams. This guy, he'll review one clip like 50 times and fall asleep on stream reviewing this one small like clip of his game that had no impact of the game whatsoever. But he's like, maybe if I clicked here and here or here instead, I might have been able to position better. And he looks at that like 50 times in a row for like 3 hours.
What a gamer.
And then he falls asleep.
But
Content, let me tell you.
But it's content. I will say, Wafflers are setting themselves up to have a kind of crazy team. They are still a bit lower on the pick order, but like with jungler and mid left, if they can still pick up, like Kumi or like one of the more like solid mid laners that are left, and just not get a completely like bottom of the barrel jungler, like I think Wafflers definitely have a pretty good team on their hand.
I would like to start this discussion now. I won't say who, but I think that I can envision at least 3 trades being requested when the window opens after week 2.
Yeah, probably.
I see one that I know of.
I can think of 3. We can discuss offline. Let's go back to the draft board and see if any more trades are going to be necessary.
Look, but the trade master is not a captain in the split. So, how is Giggle going to make any trades happen?
I don't know. Money.
Islanders, you are back on the clock. So
So-
what? They have a jungler, support, AD carry, right?
Yes. So what? It's either top or mid, and I think you go for your mid here.
I think
both the
top
tops are
or
equal.
mid, depending on it's if you find one of the 2 roles that stand out to you, right? And if they don't, you just take what's left, because now Hoodie Chris and the Islanders will be defaulted into the last mid laner available, right? So if I'm him and I'm looking at Garino, Oopbop, and Kumi, if I don't see any stark standouts from those 3, I'm gonna take the top laner that I prefer, and that's probably what he did.
So which team is a 0-5 locked onto then?
If we go back to the draft board while we're waiting on the Pickles pick, we can see, or the team board.
I'm curious because now we know that, okay, 0-5 is going to be on the melons.
05 will be on the
Okay.
melons. So, but let's see. Is Raikou smart enough to realize that?
I mean, I would hope so.
I would hope so too, but I have seen someone who would automatically be picked last be picked in the 3rd round.
I've seen this too.
It's not
It's very
unheard of.
funny.
And the pick is in the Pickles.
Pickles. Pick
The Pickles pick.
is
Pseudofox.
Pseudofox. Okay. Yeah, another pretty consistent pick. Obviously plays those more hyper crit carries. Mainly the Aphelios has been being spammed this season. Aphelios, one of the biggest benefactors of the item update, because he doesn't really build attack speed, right? He gets boots, but a lot of his damage comes out from those auto resets, those chakrams which have a fixed attack speed, a lot of those range and just hitting hard and some really good abilities. So benefits hugely from IE Collector IE, just generally like those high damage, high AD items with not a lot of attack speed on them. So really big benefactor of those. Also plays other things like the Caitlyn, the Jhin, things that have all done really well. Zaya, which, you know, maybe not a top ADC right now, but is one of those sort of really, really solid, like I'd say B+ to A- level ADCs that pretty much always makes it through a draft and is always reliable to be picked. So not too surprising. And already having S Legend as that sort of crack jungler, Nitrodex is that sort of relatively consistent top laner. And then as far as the actual captain goes, you have check your minimap in mid, right? So now you just need to find a good support at the end of round 4, but you're probably going to be left with what's left. So maybe it's going to be a more toned down bot lane. We'll have to see. But I will stop talking because the next pick is in.
I envision an 80 carry here.
I'd have to imagine so. And yeah, they're suspicious.
Yeah. That
I
makes
was
sense.
Yes.
suspicious
When-
of suspicious.
When the imposter, when
Really?
the pretender is mistrustful.
When the pretender is anyway, suspicious has been practicing a bit, mostly on that Jhin. Caitlyn has been really strong, but obviously is getting nerfed. I think something interesting to point out, Suspicious is one of the only ADCs here who has been practicing the Corki, who is recently good in mid, yes, but has been shifted back and has been given options to get bot lane. Package has been removed. That passive has been moved from from magic damage back to the true damage it used to be. So Corki is sort of being reverted back to his sort of old bot laner state. And Suspicious really the only person to pick up on that. I am actually on the Suspicious train because of that. I think bot laners who are willing to experiment and play the stuff that other people aren't are typically able to find those more broken picks. The standout right now being obviously like Corki and Seraphine being those things that no one else is picking on, that are really strong right now. So I expect Suspicious to be ahead of the curve on those things. Smart move,
Mavericks?
I think. Mavericks, what do we get?
Tortuga.
Yeah, so we're getting we're seeing everyone pick up their carries now before the pool gets too limited.
Round 4 boat chicken.
Yeah, well,
Round four boat chicken is crazy.
I want to point. Can we go back to the team board really fast? Yeah, I'm just gonna say this. I think Toddy and the Wafflers are set up to be the best team because of his draft position, and he will get. He can guarantee himself his pick of the litter when it comes to the final round of the jungle bonanza.
Feeling pretty good.
And the mids that are left are not bad. They're not, 1v9 carries, but they are not bad players at all.
They'll be pretty consistent. And when you have like if you can trust yourself, right? You have a good top laner. You're probably gonna get a pretty consistent mid laner and like a one of those more consistent jugglers, and then you have sort of this all-star bot lane, right? So I think they're setting themselves up, right? Both of those side lanes are gonna be really solid, and then you have like a pretty decent, reliable mid jungle core.
Well,
the pick is in.
We're gonna find out from the puppers. Bussy, please.
Bussy, please.
We saw them play on stream for one game.
They were on the
Bussy
team.
has a great pull.
Yeah, they were on the team with Defoe. They actually were pretty solid.
They lost, right?
They lost, but they did really well in the Ivern, actually. Again, it's one of those things where it's like, with a champion pool like that, do you feel comfortable with it? But I think that especially in Ruby, you'll probably be able to get away with a little bit more of the funkier stuff, especially considering the jungle pool in Ruby is, aside from S Legend and 21, is not great. So
yeah, I mean, you have honestly, it's whatever at that point, because one jungler can't like 1v9 a game unless they're actually a carry jungler.
You say that. We experienced it. EDL Season 4. Shout out Obongo. Literally off-rolled, but he was just better than everyone else.
With good communication, I don't know if these players will have good communication.
But you see, the thing is, there was the week I subbed
get destroyed by jungler.
For the jungle on Astronauts, I think, and we won. So, that's all I'm saying.
It's true. Eagles.
That pick for the Eagles.
Who we got? Boat chicken.
Real boat chicken. Real.
And I can tell you that I think that there's a fourth trade on the board now.
wasn't boat chicken on like the anti-Walmart board? The protest. They crossed the picket line.
Oh, but Boat Chicken is just, he's a homie. Boat Chicken is the greatest gamer of not just our time, but the future, right? Boat Chicken is undefinable as an entity here. Like, literally an SCP.
I feel like I've seen him in Victorious.
Yes. Well, I don't think he played Draft in Victorious. He was on my pre-made in Victorious.
Did you guys win?
No, we did not make playoffs.
Oh, okay, yeah, this team is doomed. Sorry, Eagles.
What?
Dude, Lizzo in chat going sellouts. Lizzo multi-time draft league champion.
Lizzo's still holding the
I love Twitch chat, man.
Lizzo's the last person holding the picket sign. I'm with Lizzo.
I'm with Lizzo too, honestly. Boat chicken sucks.
I mean, watching the stream, I think, is the selling out too, right?
Yeah, Lizzo
Technically
wants
true.
to come in here and do this, but
Nah,
he is
shout out
here.
Lizzo, my
OT
old
Blitz.
teammate, bro. Greatest mid laner, Victorious, honestly.
Yeah, better than Frozen Forever. Literally better in every way.
OT Blitz. Is this the last ADC, I believe?
No, Macho's left.
No,
I would
there's
like
Macho.
to-
This is Macho. This is Macho.
there's machos. So
I
yeah.
would like
yeah.
to say, Lizzo did get clapped, absolutely clapped by Super Weeb.
True.
And here I was about to talk about the pick.
All right,
I'm
talk
just
about OT
saying.
Blitz.
OT Blitz, not doing too hot right now. Has finally picked up a number of wins in solo queue after not having a great start to the season, but overall, not a great showing. Not a great showing in exhibitions. I will say, for what it's worth, I don't know if it was necessarily his fault all the time. One of those games he had to grow up against Rufian and Nasashi, and I feel like at that point it's a little hard. The other game he lost to was Suspicious, who I was sort of talking about. I think was actually a pretty good option, and the game they won and did quite well was against Tortuga. So I don't think anywhere near top ADC by any means, but I don't think as bad as people may be saying. But not
Raikou back on the board. Who are the melons going with?
Melons.
D-Wayne.
Dwayne.
What?
We knew that was gonna happen from Becky. Even if T Wayne got
Well-
drafted last pick,
No, I
Like,
would
you would've been
only,
like-
I wouldn't be surprised if
he's like, what a
T-Wayne-
reach.
Look, the only thing.
Wait,
I'm gonna say
wait.
is I'm really
Weren't Melons
sad-
the one that get to leave it?
Melons.
No, never mind.
Look, the only thing I'm sad about is that we do not get to see T-Wayne on the Eagles reunited with Boat Chicken. That's what I'm sad about. That would have been the greatest comeback story of all time.
Well, hey, you never know. You never know who gets put up for trades.
We haven't been talking about picks about these players in a while. T-Wayne's pretty bad, but I think that the other options,
on that one. Damn.
The other options aren't that much better.
What if T Wayne
to-
does 1v9s like for the first 4 weeks?
I think that you can justify putting T-Wayne on like a Mumu Sejuani duty and you're fine, right? Had a good Sejuani game in exhibitions. So of the remaining junglers, I'm pretty sure that was the only one left that is a tank player. And if you're gonna sack jungle, put him on tanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
Well-
Cry Love, thanks for the sub.
Here's the waffles. Let's see if Toddy can continue his great picks. The Greeno.
I mean, I like. I
No,
like
but see,
Greeno.
no, see, this is
Reno.
he's proving that his draft strategy is the best in the entire draft. Fallen has the next two picks. He has a jungler. He did not need to pick his jungle yet because he gets the next pick of the litter. He takes the mid away.
Dude, he has this whole draft board on his wall, just okay, if this person gets picked,
I gave him too much credit. I failed to remember that Fallen had already picked mid and top. So carry on.
XD.
XDD.
which was I don't think was the best play. I think you had the
Yeah.
option of getting your bot lane, and it was
Look,
Yeah,
Spartans.
going for Greeno. I just wonder what the last one is going to be. Actually, maybe we'll see. I have a feeling I know what it is, but I'm not gonna. We'll see. I think Waffler's just set up already for a pretty good team.
Can we?
Yeah.
We need to go back to the team board, please.
Just real quick. Just real quick.
Fallen has disappeared from the call, from the captain's call.
Uh-oh. That's not good.
So let's see what Fallen needs. He
And
needs
then we'll
his
draft it
bot
for him.
lane. Yes, we are going to give him 90 seconds.
And then his pick goes to the next person, right?
No, we will be picking for him.
Oh,
Oh, that's how we're doing it. That's brutal.
So he definitely gets Macho. So he will be taking Macho as one of his two picks for AD
Yeah.
carry.
What else does he need?
That's AD carry. And then, as a group here, let's pick his support.
Oh,
I think it
God.
should
Alright.
be Kaz.
Kaz, just take Kaz.
Okay, it will be Kaz. So, Fallen has
Kaz and
defaulted to
Macho.
picking Macho and Kaz.
He just got auto drafted.
Yeah, you
Guaranteed
you
top
did say
four.
auto draft was a good
Guaranteed
strategy.
top 4 in the league.
I'll be honest. I think it should go. I personally think it should go. Just give it to the next person. But you know, who
Double it
cares?
and give it to the next person.
Double it. Now you get 2 picks.
No. You default all your pick. Everyone gets to pick before you, and if you
This,
come back at
this
the
is
very
not
end,
the
then
NFL
tough
draft.
luck. Tough luck.
Not
Yeah,
the
whatever.
Vikings from like 2004
Yeah,
or
this
whatever
is the
it was.
Walmart draft, all right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's the
no.
Walmart draft. Bro got the arena ARAM support man. So we'll see.
Hey man, I play arena and ARAM basically.
I'd
I'd probably
I mean,
get taken away.
Bro
I would
has
get
that
taken above
crazy-
any of these guys.
We can go
Maybe
back
not
to
Knight.
the draft board now. The
I mean, to be fair,
Wafflers.
Kaz did do pretty decently in Exib, so.
We will get
Pop-Tart, put Kaz.
Macho and Kaz slotted in here,
Put Kaz first.
and
God damn.
then the Wafflers will be making their final pick. Toddy does need a jungler, so it's between
Oh, yeah.
Questioning Error, X Soccer, and No Name. Any predictions?
It's gonna be no name. I
I-
think X Soccer was like a mid player that is role swapping the jungle.
I think you're going no name or questioning error. I think no
Yeah.
name is a bit higher priority. I would not be that shocked to see questioning error though. I think they're pretty close. I could see it going either way.
I'm fairly
But I
certain
think
X
as far
Soccer's
as-
gonna be last jungle taken.
100%.
Yeah, no, 100%. I do think. I think personally, I think it's going to be no name here. We'll see. I think
I
no
think
name
so
is
too.
just a bit of
X-Soccer,
a
No
safer
Name.
pick.
Yeah.
X Soccer.
Oh, it's
Ooh,
X-Soccer.
okay, we are going to see X Soccer.
Huh.
I
Tank player.
mean, I think I honestly they have a lot of overlap in their champ pools. I think I would have picked no name a little bit higher, but
Mhm.
hey, plays the Sejuani, plays the Jarvan, plays the tanks, plays the reliable, and I mean you already
I
have
will
good top lane, you already have good bot
say,
lane, so might as well.
X Soccer did play in
Xbox
Emerald,
looking as
the Emerald League, this split for Blue Otter. So it's not like they haven't played against like decent competition. So that might have rubbed off on them. Maybe their rank doesn't show it, but they might have the knowledge to, try to do well in jungle, especially against some of these better, higher ranking junglers.
Look, you don't need to be a good jungler to beat better junglers as long as you have the power of Maokai in your hands.
And friendship.
Power
But
of
more-
Maokai,
but more so
friendship,
Maokai.
and scripts that don't get flagged by
Protected
Vanguard.
by Vanguard.
Look, here's the secret to beating junglers better than you. Step 1, Maokai. Step 2, Udyr.
Step 3, the Melons pick can defeat all of the junglers that we've talked about.
Null 5.
Whoa!
Hi,
Whoa!
baby.
Yep.
Hey,
What a
I mean,
surprise.
big strat, right? Lock Warwick, and just bait them into 2v1ing you.
Here's the hot prediction. I think Null 5 puts Toddy and Psycho in a body bag.
Oh. It's hot.
That would
How's
be.
that
I think that would be very fun to watch.
Yo, shout out to Flannel Esports represent. Hello,
They do what now?
Flannel.
Flannel Esports?
No.
What about
Mods kick this guy.
Mods, throw this guy off the Empire State.
No.
Get him out of here.
Who else is? Let's see. Wait,
Otters?
there's only two. There's 2 more mid lanes to go,
Yep.
right?
Otters are on the clock now. With no name.
No name.
So questioning error by default will go to, I don't know. I wasn't following close enough.
Psycho Ghost. Wait.
Okay.
Islanders.
Yeah.
No.
You said questioning error
Eagles.
goes to Islanders.
No, questioning error goes to the
Goes to
Eagles.
Eagles.
Wait. Huh?
Eagles. We're looking at it right now.
What?
Wait.
Yeah.
Wait, why? There's something wrong.
There's
Becky?
not No, Becky's just confused.
What? Oh wait,
Yeah.
Islanders. I'm fucking stupid.
The Islanders
Oh,
pick a
no.
mid.
Yeah,
they pick
if
a mid,
Mavericks,
my
okay, if
bad.
Mavericks take Kumi, right? Someone in chat said they'll donate 5 subs.
Oop bop. Who will Mavericks pick Oop bop? Is this real?
I don't know. Let's go back to the
and
draft
see.
board and find out.
Yeah. Mavericks up right now? Nope. Let's see.
No,
Well, the Eagles did
Poppers up.
pick. The Eagles
did
picked.
pick, yeah.
So we do have the Poppers on the clock.
Poppers still need
support.
support.
I'm taking Couch.
They have. Yeah, I mean they have a pick of their support, right? So
Yeah.
they have between 3. So we're gonna see 3 supports picked in the last 5.
Did anybody think that the junglers would be gone before the supports?
I thought so. No, I think there's like kind of like a bank run because of how many, I guess, junglers that were in that cusp that got taken to Sapphire. The minute that happened,
Yeah, what is the functional difference between the 3 supports left? The answer is not much. Billy Badass is an AD carry player. Played really well last night in gold.
I mean, the
on
problem
the
with Billy
80K
Badass is
roll.
Billy Badass is a very aggressive player. Puts themselves in a very bad spot, like
Well, he's a
95%
badass.
of the
What do you
time.
expect, bully?
Badass, you know. If you look at the synonyms,
Bad space ass. Or maybe bad.
maybe dumbass. Oh wait,
Misbehaving donkey?
Bad, comma, ass.
Couch.
Couch.
Ouch. So now it's a coin flip here. Mavericks are looking for their mid.
Mavericks and Islanders. So the Mavericks will pick here. The Islanders will get the remaining. Neither one of
And
them is a
then-
bad pick.
And then Defoe gets the one of the last 2 gets the
Yeah,
pick on the
He
last
gets
2
to pick a
supports.
support.
Okay.
Correct.
Threes Mark and Wheezy. Thanks for the sub. This is the Mavericks, right?
Yes.
Coming up. All right, come on.
They'll be picking a mid. I'm
Pick
gonna
one of the
guess
teams.
Oop Bop.
Oop bop.
They take
Nope,
the Kumi.
Oop bop last pick.
Oop, I'll
Real.
blast pick. Pay up.
Hey up.
Pay up.
Hey up. I better see that +5.
+5. You know, I'm always scared when someone's picture is Azir
This is it. Yeah.
in like platinum or lower.
The Kumi was a player who did like Azir, played it quite a lot when they were in Victorious. They were never really that great. They were always like, I think I said that they were always like a tier below like the best mid laners in the lower division draft. So I think at that point, like, you kind of just pick which one you believe in more, and they believe in the Kumi more. And Oop Bop did end up going to the Islanders with Hoodie Chris. So now Defoe, Billy Badass, or Ender Fridge.
I'm gonna guess Billy Badass.
I think it doesn't matter who you pick here, honestly.
Yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't matter.
You flip a coin. Get the coin. You
I
know?
think you pick whoever you think is going to mesh well with your team personality-wise.
That Defoe did not pick that quicker than 90 seconds because that's.
I feel like Billy Badass has more competitive experience, but I don't know if where else Ender plays.
Ender Fridge. That'll mean Billy Badass will go to the Pickles.
So, and because of that, we know that the Islanders get Oop Bop. That does complete the draft. Let's go to the team board and let's get our initial rankings. We'll
I mean,
give
it's
we'll give a couple
Wafflers on
seconds
top,
here.
right?
I
think
think
that's
I
pretty-
think that it's the Wafflers number 1, and I don't think it's particularly close.
I tend to agree. I just
I would let's see here.
And rankings for this stuff.
Everybody knows you can't count a Defoe team out. They, for whatever reason, they always do well. Like, they'll make playoffs. I also think that the Islanders, if there are no trades and people can, keep their attitudes and egos in check, I think the Islanders are probably the second best team in my opinion.
I think that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the main questions, though, is will they be able to keep their egos in check and their attitudes in check? I don't know about 21 or Oopop or Sloppy Puma in terms of their attitudes. I didn't hear anything from captains about them, but just looking at their bot lane, it's gonna be. Hopefully, they can get along. That's all I'm saying.
as far as solid middle of the pack team goes, that I don't think you can count out. I don't think they're top contenders, but I think they definitely have a shot at that title should they manage to pull out some upsets. If they get better over this season, I think that's really a big thing. I think solidly I'd put like Eagles and Mavericks in that role. I think
I would say that the Eagles absolutely have a chance, depending on Boat Chicken and Psycho Ghost flipping their coin.
I will say I think Picklers is literally the how light of a backpack can you be for S Legend?
Yeah, he might put on the Obongo treatment.
He might put on the solo carry performance. Like, as far as it is, it's like for most of the team, it's like I don't think they're like the greatest, but I also don't think they're gonna be like coin flipper super heavyweight. So like we'll see. I think it's really gonna be on his team to just be like, here's your carry, Mr. S Legend, sir. Here's your carry champion. Let us know what you need.
I also think that the Melons, if you can structure a jungle pull to be a facilitative jungle pull for the carries that are on this team, I think that the Melons could do some serious damage in the back half of the season.
You definitely see that.
Well, yeah, that was our Ruby draft. And that will conclude both drafts for the night. Any closing remarks, Becky, Knock, or Bully?
I think I
let's
said my
see.
piece. Yeah, now
We see
that
pay up.
yeah. The only thing I'll say is now that we have completed the draft, keep your eye on the official content channel as I will be posting a preseason power ranking community survey. The first of the season. Keep an eye on those throughout the season. I tried to post them weekly, as I do use the community numbers to help guide the content, even if I ignore all of your opinions. I'm curious to see where the community sees these teams ranked, because I think that I think these teams might be closer than you'd expect.
Probably.
Yeah. And I would also like to make sure that everyone is aware, players specifically, week 1 does begin Monday the 27th.
And as far as we know, me and Becky will be there to cover it. So tune in if you want that fat content, and we will be waiting on the hate mail. I thrive on it.
Thank you all for watching, and have a lovely evening.